All right, hi everyone. So I'm so excited about this video, just because I don't have anything solid on body image and I really want to dedicate some time to it. So if you don't know me, I'm Danny. I'm a body image and binge eating coach. I'm a licensed mental health counselor. I specialize with people who struggle with eating disorders, specifically coaching in binge eating and body image. So if you haven't seen my first series called Breaking the Binge Cycle, you can go to my channel and watch it. I believe it's 5 videos. But I haven't done anything like deep about body image or long form content. I don't know if that's how you say it, but I decided to do this today because on my Instagram, if you don't follow me, go follow me. It's in my bio. I'm starting to talk about this in my stories, and a lot of people really related to it and really wanted some tips. So that's why I created this video. Stop hating your body before your wedding. Try this instead. And honestly, if you're not getting married and you still struggle with body image, this will help as well. So, but mainly I did it because my wedding is coming up. Hey, and I know there's a lot of pressure with body image, with looking perfect, all the things when it comes to being a bride, all of which I have been struggling with, but there's so many things that have been helping me, and I wanted to share that with you guys. So let's get started. I'm going to give you 5 tips today, and I gave 3 in my stories, but I decided to add 2 extra ones. And just know that weddings are tough. Weddings are really hard, but know that it doesn't have to be stressful. It doesn't have to mean so much, and it doesn't have to be this day where you have to look completely perfect and put all the pressure on and just not be in the present moment and enjoying. So let's start with the tips. Number 1, I'm going to say all 5, and then I'll go into each individual one so you know what I'm going to be talking about. Number 1 is knowing yourself. Okay. Number 2 is don't make it mean so much. This is not just for body image, this can be for your whole life. Managing your expectations, setting boundaries, and checking yourself. Okay. And again, this can be applied to so many things, but just because this is a video on being a bride and body image, I'm going to make them centered towards those topics. Okay. So, number 1, knowing yourself. So, when it comes to weddings, a lot of people have different definitions, different things that they are going to tell you, like just so many things that people share freely that they kind of expect for their wedding. So it can be very easy for you to start to get confused as to like, how do I want to feel at my wedding? How do I want to look? How do I want my wedding to go down? Right? So I want you to start to know yourself because you're going to be the main priority and it's going to be your day, right? So if you start to do things according to other people, it might feel like pressure, it might feel like too much, and it might feel like you're not going to be fulfilled because you're not doing things according to what you want and what are going to fulfill you and make you enjoy that day. Okay, so let me give you an example. For me, I just want to have fun. I just want it to be the best day ever. I want to enjoy my friends. I want to enjoy my family, and nothing will get in my way of that. So if anything happens, if it rains, if I don't look perfect, if my dress is stained, whatever that is, I know that I don't want anything to get in the way of me enjoying that moment and having an amazing time with my friends and family. So that is going to be my guiding light, my compass, and I encourage you to think of one phrase that can remind you of that intention for yourself, because we know that weddings are hard and that a lot can come up with weddings. So something for you to have as a reminder of, like, for me, I feel like it would be like, just let it go. Just let it go. It's okay, right? If something happens, if things go wrong, just let it go. Just have fun, be present, and you're going to be okay. Okay? When it comes to body image, I just want to have fun. I don't want anything, any insecurities, anything to get in my way of that. So if I do wake up and I don't feel very secure in myself, I feel like I'm not going to look perfect, then that's okay with me. Like, I'm not wanting to be this perfect bride, and that's okay if I'm not. So I'm allowing some room for um, imperfections because I'm not perfect. So that's the first one. think of a phrase that is going to get you kind of grounded and remind you of what your intentions are and get to know what you want for that day. Okay? In terms of everything, but also body image. Number 2, don't make it mean so much. Okay? Here's what I mean. When we're thinking about our wedding, it can come up like in the day to day. Literally, I'll put creamer in my coffee and I'm like, I shouldn't have creamer because I'm going to have to fit into that wedding dress, right? There's so many times in the day that can pop up for me. I don't know if it's the same for you. And if you know me and you know how I treat body image, we know that those little things can lead to a body image spiral, right? Thinking of the worst case scenario, how things are going to go wrong, how no one's going to like you, how you're going to look horrible, right? So I want you to start to notice how this body image spiral starts for you. Hence, let's say that I'm hungry, or let's say that I ate a cupcake, or whatever that is. And I start thinking about like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna gain weight. Oh my gosh, I have to fit into the dress. Oh no, my jeans are tight. It's not gonna look good. I'm not gonna look perfect. I'm gonna feel horrible. I'm not gonna feel confident. People are gonna be taking pictures, right? Just think about how your mind can just like ding, go down a spiral. And I want you to start to catch it. And I want you to say this phrase: I don't have to make it mean so much. It's just a cupcake. It's just creamer for my coffee. Okay? Because if we go into the spiral, you're just allowing your mind to literally play games and go into these anxiety spirals. And what I usually say is feeling anxiety and thinking about the worst case scenario is not going to do anything. It's not going to control anything. It's not going to prepare you for anything. You can think about things that you want to be prepared for without it being this spiral. So you don't have to make it mean so much. It can just be what's it called? The raw facts. What are the facts here? I'm adding creamer to my coffee, right? I'm not adding any meaning to this fact. What are the facts here? I'm having a cupcake. I'm not adding any meaning, any judgment to this, right? So if you notice yourself kind of like going on the spiral, pull it back in. Nope. It's okay. I don't have to make it mean so much. I don't have to tell myself this whole story, the catastrophe. I can just continue on with my day and let the thoughts pass. Okay? Let the thoughts go instead of kind of grabbing them, giving them attention, and then it becoming a spiral. So that's number 2. Okay? And then think about also like how that spiral impacts your relationship with food, right? Let's say you try on your jeans and they're tight, and then you start to add meaning to it, right? Oh my gosh, I'm failing. I feel like I'm never gonna, I don't know, feel happy in my body. And what about my dress, right? That's gonna lead you to view food as the enemy, and then that's probably gonna get you stuck in the restrict binge cycle. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to my Breaking the Binge cycle series, and I talk about these things there. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I also talk about that there. But if you want to really feel free of this pressure and be okay in your body, we really want to look into the meaning that you're adding to this and then how it impacts your relationship with food. Because it might be that it's keeping you stuck in the restrict binge cycle. Okay? So again, we don't have to make it mean so much. We don't have to add judgment. We don't have to tell ourselves a story related to the catastrophe that is triggered by your tight jeans. Your tight jeans are just your tight jeans, and that's okay, and you can move on. Okay? I know it's easier said than done, but that phrase, don't make it mean so much, can help a lot in the moment. Okay? So that's number 2. Number 3, managing my expectations. So here's the thing, especially with weddings, there's so many expectations that come with weddings, right? There's like the thought of, oh, it's the day and it's your day and you have to look perfect and your makeup has to be perfect and your hair has to be perfect and then the event has to be, and it's like, oh my gosh, so many things, right? Now, I do want it to be an amazing day. That's not under like debate, right? But what I do want you to focus on is, number 1, distinguishing what your expectations for that day are, and understanding that other people have very different expectations. But those expectations don't have to become your expectations for your wedding day, okay? So let me give you an example. I was trying on my dress, and my mom said a comment about like, I don't remember what, I think it was like my back. And I was like, oh, whatever. I'm very chill. I've done the work with body image, so I'm very like, no big deal. So I was like, oh, no big deal. And she was like, no, but not for the wedding. You have to fix it for the wedding, right? With that like tone of like, it felt a lot like pressure. I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess I have to fix it. This would be a good moment for me to decide, are those her expectations for my wedding, or are those my expectations for the wedding? My expectations are literally we're fine. Her expectations are you need to fix everything before your wedding so you can look like a literal, I don't know, Barbie. Okay, so that's what helped me in the moment. Usually that would be a triggering moment for me, and I'd be like, oh my God, come on, please, right? I would get in my head and be like, oh my gosh, you know what? Let's just leave it at that. Let's leave and try on a dress another day. But because I know what I expect, what I want, I'm able to be like, she views weddings differently, and she has very different expectations and perspectives when it comes to weddings, and that's okay. I don't have to make her expectations my expectations. Okay, that's a tough one, especially with moms. But it helps a lot to distinguish. Okay, so that's separating your expectations versus someone else's. Think about all the comments that people say, like, oh, you have to do this and you have to do that, and you're like, okay, yeah, that's your expectation. That's not mine. And now I want you to also think about what your expectations are. What are your expectations for your wedding? Because at least for me, when I start to put really big expectations for how I'm supposed to look, how the day's supposed to go, how I'm supposed to feel, right? It can quickly turn into pressure and it can quickly get out of control. So what you want to do is maybe have some intentions and want for it to be amazing and perfect, but also realize like, okay, that's what I want, right? But what's more realistic for me? What's more realistic for me is I don't want to put pressure on myself. I don't want the day of to feel this pressure, feel stressed, and kind of hyper focus on whatever flaw I see because I don't look like a Barbie because I'm expecting myself to look like a Barbie, right? So the more realistic your expectations are, the easier it is to live and be the day of. Okay? And the easier it is to kind of manage the different moments that are leading up to it. So maybe if you feel insecure in your body, maybe if your jeans are tight, whatever that is, if you don't have this like huge pressure and huge expectations for the day of, you're going to be able to kind of handle the day to day with more ease instead of getting into that body image spiral. So check with your expectations as well and check if they are very pressured and very high and not very realistic. You can have great expectations and standards. It's just checking to see if they're actually realistic for you and realistic for what you want. Okay? I also have a lot of people that are like, I'm getting married in 3 months and I want to lose so much weight and have to do this. And we're like, okay, that could be something that you think about, but what can be more realistic and what is actually gonna make you happy, okay, and fulfill you the day of. That's more values work, but that could be another video. Okay, so that's number 3, managing expectations. So your expectations versus somebody else's, and then really getting to know your expectations and seeing if they're realistic. Okay, number 3. Number 4. This is two. This has 2 parts. Number 1 is set boundaries. Okay, so if you have somebody that usually comments on your body or comments on their bodies and it's just gonna get you in your head, just as an example, make sure you set boundaries. Make sure you're like, hey, listen, Aunt Linda, 0 body comments the day of. I know you're so okay with your body. I know for you it's no big deal. For me it is, and I know it's just gonna make me annoyed. So please, just let's not talk about our bodies. Anyone's bodies, not mine, not yours, right? Just set very clear boundaries. And just because we know that people sometimes don't really respect boundaries or they forget, have your person. Okay, that would be my sister for me. Have somebody that if something happens, they know you, they know what your intention is, they know your boundaries, they know your like everything, so that you can look at them and be like, Aunt Linda said a comment, right? Because the day of, you also want to have somebody supporting you and somebody knowing what you want and somebody that could be like, oh, whatever, just like let her be, right? Somebody that you can lean on. And if you want to like roll your eyes at them because you're so annoyed by someone else, you can do that. So number one, set boundaries. And number two, have your person to lean on to be like, oh my God. Or even if you're like, you know what, I'm really getting in my head right now, somebody that knows you that can be like, you're good, remember, we're just here to have fun, right? Instead of somebody who's like, oh my gosh, yeah, you need to fix it and you need to look perfect and just add more pressure. So set boundaries and find your person, your supportive person that if anything happens, if you want to roll your eyes at them or if you want to lean on them for support, they know what you need and what you want for your wedding. And then just knowing that, again, expectations, people might not remember the boundaries, people might just not think of them as important as you might think of them. So again, setting expectations when it comes to that. So that's number 4. And then number 5, the last one, check yourself. Okay. So a body image spiral can come out of nowhere. And if you struggle with body image, you know what I mean. You literally look at someone, you compare yourself, and then you're just like in your head feeling like a failure and a disappointment. Okay. So I want you to be able to check yourself, right? Really be aware of what you're thinking. Not like hyper aware of like, oh my God, what am I thinking all the time? But just for you to be aware of what's impacting you. If you notice a shift in mood, if you notice maybe a shift in your body, check in with yourself. Why? Why did all of a sudden I have a shift in my mood? Why am I a lower mood right now out of nowhere? I was comparing myself, or, I was thinking of how I feel like I need to look perfect and I don't feel like I'm going to be looking perfect, right? So for you to be able to actually have like a dialogue with yourself instead of the thoughts just like going and going and going and then ending up in a spiral. You want to have awareness of this. You want to have awareness of what thoughts come up, what beliefs come up, and actually have a conversation with yourself and be like, listen, Danny, you're good. It's your wedding. You're just here to enjoy. You're literally not going to change anything in 24 hours. All you can do right now is have fun and enjoy your day. Okay? Also, yeah, like, don't think that you're gonna fix all your body image problems in one day, even if it's months before the wedding. In that moment, if you're feeling like, oh my God, I have to fix this, I have to do this, that's just a body image spiral. It doesn't mean that you have to like fix your whole life's problems in that moment because you're getting triggered. Don't have to make it mean so much. Okay, so those are my 5 tips on body image when it comes to your wedding and in general, but specifically your wedding, or maybe think about like a big event that you might have that you're putting like a lot of pressure on yourself, somebody else's wedding, your sister's wedding, whatever. I really hope these helped. Please let me know in the comments if this helped, if you liked it, if you want me to do a body image series, just like I did Breaking the Binge Cycle series. I think that'd be fun, and I love body image. Anything to do with binge eating and body image and just disordered eating, food guilt, anything like that, I am obsessed with. So let me know if you want that. I'm going to recap the 5 tips, okay? Know yourself, right? Set that intention. Don't make it mean so much. Manage your expectations, set boundaries, and check yourself or check in with yourself, okay? And let me know if you want me to do another body image video or a body image series. Now, I'm new to YouTube, so I don't know what the call to actions are here, but subscribe if you want to subscribe to my channel. If you want to go follow for more tips, you can go into my Instagram, which is in my bio, Body Image Binge Coach, and share this tip with anyone that might need it, that's getting married, maybe going to a wedding, and they feel like they're struggling with their body image and all of this pressure that comes with these big events. Okay, so I hope you liked it. See you in the next one. Bye.